Greetings to one and all. Welcome to the pilot episode of Test the Bell Curve. And here we have with us Mr. Deepak Gupta, who is having 4+ of IT experience in different companies. So, just to give a brief intro, Mr. Gupta, can you just...
So I have about 4 years of experience into IT. I've been working as a BI developer. So I've worked on various ad hoc reporting part, the dashboarding part, data engineering part, creating data warehouses. So being in 4 years of IT, I have worked with Infosys, GTK Technologies and Third Eye Technosoft. So now when we have the discussion for the appraisal systems, I see that the companies were previously following the bell curve model. So as we see, most of the employees are not satisfied with the kind of appraisal systems they have in their office. So considering one of those is the bell curve. Now companies are actually saying goodbye to this particular method, as this was a relative performance. This was measuring a relative performance, and relative performance, as we say, 10% of the top performers and pushing the mediocres in between, and then 10% of the bottom liners. So we are just getting rid of these relative performance measures, and we are introducing something which we can say, instead of the relative performance, we have individual performance.
So, just to add on to that, I am bringing out the whole chapter of this pay for performance from an employee perspective. You being an employee of 3 different companies, how you feel that, in Infosys there was a bell curve system when you have worked in 2015, as I can recall. And during the time of appraisal, what we as employees used to fear that, bell, mujhe maar, that was the feeling that we employees used to have. So how good is the new system that in your new companies have come up?
But considering the previous scenarios, obviously Infosys has come up with a lot of good things, good performance management system, and iCount is one of the portals where you can actually set individual goals, achieve them, and then get it reviewed by your manager and your appraisers and everyone. You can also take feedbacks from your peers. That's also one of the features of that particular tool. And yes, everyone has a feeling if someone works hard for a particular project and then you have criteria that only 10% will get the top performance rating, and in spite you have a team of 5 members, all 5 are working hard. That's not practically possible, but say for example 4 are working hard, 1 is not. But yes, you have a criteria of giving only top performer rating only for 1 particular employee. So rest 3 who has worked hard along with that particular employee feels bad. Yes, they have also worked hard, but they are not getting what they are expected.
Okay, so just adding on to that, some other systems that you are aware of, apart from this bell curve method of appraisal, apart from the iCount, Carcass feedback, you have, like you said, you have experience in GVK and Third Eye. So any other system of, better system of appraisal than
there was one called as calibration, there was one called as 360-degree feedback, and there was one called management of objectives. So I've been in a company, the second company that used to follow management of objectives. In that we used to have one-to-one meeting with the manager, and the manager would like to know what exactly your interests are. Say for example, I have worked in a project wherein I was supposed to do a certification. So he'll add that as an objective to your goal. So you achieve that, you get 1 credit to your appraisal system. So that's how that used to be. Your goal setting was done in discussion with your manager. So the goals were not imposed on you. They were according to your wish. For example, the manager was expecting you to do 3 certifications. But you told, okay, no, I'll do 1 certification, 1 training, and I'll complete 1 POC on top of it.
So you had that co-end thing with the manager.
Yeah, so this thing was equally distributed between me and manager, and we used to discuss this thing out and achieve a common objective. That is acceptable by both the employee and the manager.
So on a personal note, I would like to ask, out of the bell curve, out of the iCount and Infosys, and then you said 360 feedback, and this the ratings from being management by objective. Which one is your personal favorite? Being an employee, from the employee side, not as a HR side.
See, there are few things which you cannot directly go ahead and speak to your manager.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would definitely not go for the management of objective things. If you take my personal opinion, iCount is something that is completely, you can say, you can do it by yourself. The manager will interact to you on the portal itself. Even if you have a one-to-one discussion with him, if you don't want to discuss few things, you can just directly post them into the portal. The portal is something where you can say, if you're not willing to speak something, but you can actually write for it. So that is a good thing. So I prefer iCount was good, and 360-degree feedback is something also happening in Infosys. So it's something which is not official, but yes, they are actually taking feedbacks from everyone. the clients you have worked with, your HR, your colleagues in the office, your leads, your manager, everyone gives you a total feedback, and that's how you're being evaluated. So 360-degree feedback is a good thing, and obviously if you merge eye count and 360-degree feedback, that's the best thing you can ever get being an employer. For your appraisal system, that is the best thing. Because 360-degree feedback, there are a few things that you cannot tell your manager that happened with the clients. Say for example, I was working with a client and the client was very happy. But you cannot go and tell your manager that the client was very happy until unless your manager goes to the client or your client sends an appreciation email looping your manager that see this guy has worked a lot and things were done by him, he has done automation and all those things. So these things are something which your client need to inform your manager. So needs to inform your manager. So if you get feedback from your clients and everything, and that's how the evaluation process should be like. If you have worked for a client and your manager is not aware of your day-to-day activity, but your client is, and your client is giving the feedback, so that's something very appreciable.
Okay, I think you are very keen on talking on this topic, but this being the pilot episode, we'd like to wind it over here. And based on your feedback, we'll definitely go for the episode 2. Thank you everyone.